And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and rock cod Rick Mexa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way right here on the Mighty 1090. Having a great show. Captain Ryan Bostian from the San Diego in here answering all kinds of questions. And we're talking about that awesome San Diego and that great 3/4 day fishing that's been going on. Having lots of fun and having some very busy phone calls. The lines are absolutely packed solid right now, but keep trying. We're going to get your shot through there. There's 2 ways that you can reach us if you want to talk on Let's Talk Hookup this morning. And the first is with our local line, which again is 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. Your shot to get through and have your questions answered. Lots of great fishing going on right now, and we're having a lot of fun. And boy, Ryan has been so nice to give us a couple of great prizes. 2 lucky callers at the end of the show today are going to get in on that great fishing we've been talking about. 2 3/4 day trips aboard the San Diego getting given away at the end of the show today. And Ryan, we really appreciate that. Very generous of you, and I know everybody out there is excited and wants a shot to win. Well, the phones are absolutely packed up, and we're going to jump right back into them. Let's start it off with Sam, who's calling us in Irvine this morning. Sam, thanks for getting us started here in the second half of Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for letting me come in there. And I love your boat there, Ryan. Go out on it all the time.
Thank you, Sam.
I don't even go fishing until pushing July. But I've already been out 5 times this year, so it's definitely a better year.
Yeah, that's a good call. Don't wait till the summer. The fishing is good right now.
But my question is, I was out and we were people throwing jigs, and really my focus this year is like being calm and working with the everybody on the boat.
Yes.
But throwing people drop the heavy jigs, and you were saying throw the jig out a boat length on a heavy jig. Did I hear that right?
Well, one of the things we do on the San Diego, and it's mainly because if the fish are biting, you're not going to be alone on the San Diego. There's going to be some people there. And
right.
To split the crowd up, we have the beginners fish on the upwind side of the boat, the guys that are just going to drop their lures straight in the water, which is fine, works great. The people that are more experienced that can cast a boat length or so when it's straight yo-yo fishing, we have those guys fish on the downwind side, and we just tell them to cast or flip their lure out so it can get down to the bottom before the boat drifts over the top of their line.
Meaning the boat is going toward, is drifting in the direction of your line, so you just need to get it out far enough so that it hits the bottom. You're not under the boat when you start winding it up.
Yes. The whole idea is to keep your line from going underneath the boat, because if you do hook one and your line's going underneath the boat, most likely you're going to lose it right away. Your line's going to rub underneath the boat. You're going to break it off on the bottom of the boat. So if you can cast your lure out, 40, 50 feet, it'll be on the bottom by the time the boat is blown up over the top of your line. It's a great way to split the crowd up, spread the boat out.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
With yo-yo jig fishing like Sam and you were talking about, back in the day it was always said, the way you fish a yo-yo jig is you drop it back to the bottom and you turn the handle as fast as you can and you wait until your hand stops. In the world of 6-to-1 gear ratio reels, is that still the case? I mean, can you still...
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Myself and Mike Schmidt and Steve Peterson, the other 3/4 day captains, we talk about it all the time, how we have some days where the people that rented fishing rods from the landing are getting bit better on the yo-yo than the guys with the fancy gear. And the people that rented the tackle, they're not turning the handle all that fast. Mm-hmm. You don't have to turn the handle as fast as you possibly can anymore. The technology is so good with these reels just a nice medium fast retrieve is fine.
And that was, the days where that was thought of was when everybody fished with a 4.0 that had a 3.2. 4.0s came with 3 1/4 to 1 gears.
Yes.
3.25. And
so you had to be winding.
And if you put high speed ones in, it had a 4 to 1.
Right.
I mean, now in the reels of 6 to 1, 6.5 to 1, 7 to 1. I mean, it's not the same that it used to be.
It's a lot easier on your body. Yeah, just a nice medium retrieve, and you're fine.
There you go. Sam, you ready to go fishing?
I'm going to continue to keep fishing. It's going to be one of the years where you'll look back and be glad you did.
I think you're right on that one, Sam. Appreciate the phone call very much. All right, thanks for that. How about next up, we talk to Bruce, who's calling us from Lemon Grove this morning. Hi, Bruce. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, Ryan, I know you're on the San Diego and you got that boat, but where did you get your start?
I actually started as a pinhead on the Dolphin when it was at Islandia.
Really?
Yeah, 13 years old. My sister was really good friends with one of their captains, Johnny Glosson, who is a big-time commercial fisherman now in town. And he told my sister, yeah, I know your brother loves fishing. Have him come down and we'll put him to work. He can scrub the boat.
Right.
And started on there, scrubbing the boat, and moved over to the Seaforth. But before that, it starts at home with my dad taking me fishing, and I just knew that it's all I could think about. From the very first time I went fishing, it was all I could think about. It's a sickness or whatever you want to call it, but it's still all I can think about. Besides my wife, my daughter, and my family, it's in my head for sure.
It's a tradition that I dig seeing, and it's kind of like you say, kind of a throwback to the old days. And I know it's different because they're not, it's not the same as when. But in the summertime, you still always see the young Grom that's always on the San Diego. That's they're still in high school or still whatever, but summertime they're on the boat and they're scrubbing on the way home.
I can relate to these kids.
Yeah,
I know what's in their head. I know exactly how they feel. That's one of the things that is most fun for me on these boats is taking either a beginner fisherman that rented a rod for a couple days, and within a year they have a nice quiver of rods and reels, and they're into it, and they're coming out 3 days a week or as much as they can. And also the crew members, raising the crew members up and watching them go from Pinhead. Taro, the guy who's driving the boat for me right now, he started for me when he was 15 years old on the Mission Belle.
How cool is that?
It's cool, yeah. I really enjoy that part of the job.
Yeah, and what a better way to become, and it's as innocent as it is right now as a kid that just loves fishing and gets an opportunity to go fishing with you and scrub the boat on the way home and be part of the team, but there's not a better way to learn and come up through the ranks than that, because they see the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. And on a boat like yours, I mean, that's the guy that's going to be driving one of these things a few years from now.
Absolutely. Yeah,
cool.
We're doing our best to teach them the right way, and so far it's working out.
That's pretty cool. Bruce, appreciate the phone call very much. Next up, we're going to talk to Vernon, who calls us from Lytle Creek this morning. Vernon, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. Yo, Vernon.
Oh, Vernon's here. Hello.
Hey, there you are. Good morning, Vernon. How you doing?
I'm washing my hands.
That's all good.
Hey, fished your boat before, Ryan, and really appreciate your operation. And
thank you, Vernon.
Refrigerated saltwater is way cool. But I'm not really adept, or I haven't fished much dropper loop fishing for these deeper yellows.
Mm-hmm.
How do we, hook your bait? Do you fish it in free spool, or how do you go about
it? It's pretty straightforward. Nose hook sardine, hook above your weight. This year we've been using a lot of 8-ounce torpedo sinkers. We like to put the hook higher than you would for a traditional rockfish dropper loop. And the main reason we do that around the Coronado Islands is just to kind of keep some of the rockfish off of you. The worst thing that could happen to a guy is they drop his sardine down on the bottom and the yellowtail haven't swam through yet and they're just starting to come through, and right before that happens you get a short lingcot on or something, So we try to put it up a little higher to keep some of the bottom fish off of you, and it seems to work. We don't fish it in free spool. We drop it down to the bottom, put the reel in gear, and if they want it, they're going to swim through and swallow it.
And it's not the type of thing where you've got to wait or anything. When a hungry yellow comes through and eats a sardine, they got it, they're on, they're going the other direction.
Exactly. They suck it up. There's not much finesse involved.
You said a little bit higher. I know we're not going to pull out a ruler, but what approximately is that? Is it 3 feet? Is it 5 feet? Is it
4 feet?
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. 4 feet above the sinker would
a couple of feet being the average. So.
2 feet for a rockfish dropper loop, 4 feet for a yellowtail dropper loop. Tie a strong dropper loop, I forget what it's called, spider hitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't tie your traditional rockfish dropper loop.
Much harder thing to describe it on the radio, but what you want to look for in a dropper loop knot is whatever one you choose, you want the barrel of the knot to be pointing towards the hook.
Yes.
Where like a standard rockfish dropper loop, the loop kind of comes right out the center of it. So
Yes.
if you were pulling on that hook, it kind of folds the knot in half. Where like a spider hitch or a surgeon's or any of those things, the barrel is pointing towards the loop. Like
Right.
you want to be pulling in line with it rather than pulling the knot in half.
Yeah, 'cause a lot of the biggest yellowtail we've been catching in the last few weeks have come on the bottom. We had a
Really?
we had a 36-pounder the other day. The guy caught on the bottom, and they will test your dropper loop for sure. So learn how to tie it right. A lot of times people have problems with cinching the knot down. It doesn't cinch properly. So just practice that as well.
Same deal, Vernon. When you go on a boat like the San Diego, there's not a better teacher than the guys that are working on that boat. And I'm sure that when you came down there, if you just wanted a quick lesson, that's the beauty of the trip to the Coronado Islands too. Is you have 2 hours to kind of pick the brain of some of the best people in the entire business, and I know that they'd help get you set up right on the way down.
Now, on the Sturgis Loop, do you go through there? I usually like to go like 4 or 5 times. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
Yeah, I go 5 times.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I got a plan. Thanks, guys.
Vernon, appreciate the call very much. Thanks a lot for that. Hey, and with that, it's time to find out what's going on, what's biting with our FishDope.com report. And the man, Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide, is on the line. This report sponsored by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Get the finest fish processing while you wait from your local, your long range, or your private boat trip. They have taken the San Diego processing business to new levels with superior service, superior product, and innovations like pre-booking your processing order and those great new tuna burgers. You can friend them on Facebook at Fisherman's Processing, or for more details, check fishermansprocessing.com. And I mentioned it yesterday. I got to say, we took some of that Coronado Islands yellowtail from last week over to Fisherman's Processing and turned it into that teriyaki yellowtail jerky.
Ooh.
It is so good.
That sounds
and
good.
so cool that you can do that from your private boat. You know, you can go down on your skiff and catch a couple yellows and just swing on by and drop a couple off, and next thing you know, you pick up a couple bags of that. It's a pretty darn cool way to go. So again, for more information, check fishermansprocessing.com. But it's time for that fishdope.com report. We got Dave Hansen standing by. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning.
Morning, Dave.
Hey, guys. First of all, I want to say what Rick said a few seconds ago, probably going to be the smartest advice I've ever heard. There's no one on the water that wants to catch fish more than the captain. If you guys listen to what Ryan has to say, or any sport boat captain, when you go out on the boat, ask them what they should be doing, and if you do what he tells you, there's a pretty good chance you're going to catch some fish. It's pretty amazing.
That's for sure.
Well, what's going on out on the water right now, guys? I know we had a little wind event yesterday, and it's just cleaning it up a little bit today. But I know there were some guys at San Clemente Island yesterday, and the wind did not affect that fish, except for the fact that it was hard to stay on it. Other than that, they're still biting out there at Clemente. I know there's really good fishing going on at the Coronado still, even though we had that big wind event. There were some skiffs down there that I know of. I don't know about the sport boat deal, but there were some skiffs that battled that weather yesterday and still caught really good yellowtail. Up on the 150 up here off of LA Harbor, still really good big yellowtail fishing going on right there. If you can figure out which hard bottom that the fish are on, you just got to kind of look around a little bit. Don't follow other boats, find your own fish. And then Catalina, still really good bass fishing. I mean, it's probably the best bass fishing I've ever seen in my 38 years of doing this. All big fish. Anywhere that you think there might be a bass, there's probably 100 of them. And you throw the biggest bait you can find. We were using 1-pound mackerel the other day, and we were catching 5-6 pound calicos.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
it's unbelievable what's going on out there, guys, and what I've been saying the whole winter and into the spring. If you're not fishing, I have no idea what you're waiting for.
It's time to go. We said it a couple of times, and this show certainly is that the good days are happening as we speak, Dave. If somebody wants you to come fishing on the boat with them, can we still do that?
Yeah, that's what I do, guys. I go with you on your boat, and I teach you how to use all the electronics that you have. I teach you how not to follow Ryan around. I teach you how to find your own fish. I teach you etiquette while you're out there on the water. So if you guys want me to come with you on your boat, give me a call at 949-374-0786, or look me up on the web at yoursaltwaterguide.com, and I'll talk to you guys next Sunday. Kelly and I are on our way to San Diego.
Great report, Dave. Appreciate that very much, and appreciate that great information that you not only provide us, but you provide that same information to fishdope.com every week, and I know you always keep the guys filled in with what you're seeing out there and your buddies are seeing on the water, and there's not a better place to get that info. And if a guy wants to join Fish Dope, if you haven't already, it's a perfect time to do it because, the wintertime, it's not the same where you can just jump online and read all the reports. It's very good information, all condensed right there for you to check out. They got weather, they got fish reports, and you can save $20 off of a new subscription by entering the promo code LTHU 2015. All the first letters of Let's Talk Hookup 2015. Again, LTHU 2015. No space, all lowercase. You're going to save $20 on a new membership. Dave, great report. Really appreciate all the info, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, guys, quit following the sport boats around. Goodbye.
See you, Dave. Thanks a lot for that. Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More your catch reports, all kinds of great information. You stay tuned. It is Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Good morning, it's Whitney from Mammoth Lakes, California. Come on up, the water's fine, is what the Eastern Tier is touting. And in Mammoth Lakes, it's much more than just the water. This summer, our 4 lakes will be stocked with almost 16,000 pounds of healthy fighting trout. From fishing and biking to hiking and horseback riding, there's a legendary story waiting for adventurers of all ages in Mammoth Lakes. Start planning your next adventure at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
Hi, this is Rick Jensen with the Sport Fishing Financial Group. It was really great meeting many of you at the Fred Hall shows and Day at the Docks. We're finding that the sport fishing community likes the plan to move our offices offshore, and we're already getting out on the water. Come join us and learn how I can add value to your personal investment portfolio or business retirement plan. Or if you own a business and don't have a retirement plan, let's get one started. I invite you to come aboard and become the newest member of the Sport Fishing Financial Group. Give us a call at 949-481-1807 or visit us on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com.
The Sport Fishing Association of California is taking a leadership role to broaden the fishing opportunities for Southern California anglers. And Saturday, May 2nd, Pete Gregg will be traveling to Mazatlan, Mexico with the president of SAC, Captain Kent Frankie, and his staff to host a very important live broadcast from the El Cid Hotel and Resort in Mazatlan. The broadcast will feature some key personnel from Mexico Fisheries and help strengthen the ties with the sport fishing fleet in Southern California and Mexico. They will also discuss the great fishing opportunities available in Mazatlan. SAC's mission is to promote tourism through marine recreation and educational activities while protecting ocean resources. By working together with Mexico, we can show our care for the resources, both at home and across the border, and our desire to take an active role to help protect the future of our fisheries. So mark your calendar for Saturday, May 2nd, a very special live broadcast from Mazatlan, Mexico, with the Sport Fishing Association of California. Check CaliforniaSportFishing.org for more information.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For over 20 years, AFCO has been known for its traditional fishing shorts. We now will also be known for our new line of next-generation fishing and board shorts. Our new M82 tactical fishing shorts feature quick-dry, high-tech, two-way stretch fabric, zipper fly, 6 functional pockets plus pliers pocket, sublimated camo print, and our DWR finish so your shorts don't get stained. Also new to the AFCO line are the M25 Stingray board shorts. The Stingray board shorts feature new, quick-dry, 4-way mind stretch fabric, modern zipper fly, 2 technical high-cargo pockets with inverted zippers, silicone printed draw cords, along with our DWR finish to repel stains. Both shorts are new to the AFCO line and come in a variety of colors and sizes. These technically advanced fishing and board shorts continue AFCO's long tradition of providing the world's finest fishing and board shorts. Check them out today at better shops everywhere.
Meet the Innovation Award-winning Yamaha V6 Offshore 4-strokes at 300, 250, and 225 horsepower. These Predators are up to 73 pounds lighter than the competition. And with class-leading 4.2-liter displacements, they're up to 19% faster and up to 17% more fuel efficient at cruise RPM than comparable 4-strokes. And now they're available with Helmmaster, Yamaha's fully integrated boat control system. Meet the next generation of Yamaha V6 Offshore 4-strokes today at your local Yamaha dealer. Helmmaster available with V6s purchased only as part of new boat packages from Boat Builder Partners.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090 phone line. Still just absolutely packed solid. Everybody wants to talk to Ryan. We're going to jump right back into him, talking to Doug in Montebello. Doug, thanks for hanging in there with us this morning.
Yeah, hi, Ryan. When you pull that boat out of the dry docking, what's the biggest problem you see when you pull the boat out?
It could be different every year. With a wood boat like the San Diego, we're mainly looking at how well the fasteners are holding up. We check the condition of the planks. Coast Guard inspects it very thoroughly every time it comes out of the water. If there's any fasteners, screws that haven't been looked at in a while, we pull them out, replace them. Just making sure that the boat is safe and tight. The one thing about the San Diego is it was built in 1965, but it spent almost its entire life sitting on the anchor in La Jolla. It was a half-day boat out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, so it's not like a lot of these wood boats where it was pounding up the line 65, 80 miles every night, taking it on the chin. And that can loosen up some of these wood boats. The San Diego has lived a pretty sheltered life up until the last 10 years. We've been taking it out and fishing offshore and fishing the Coronado Islands, but for the majority of its life, it sat on the anchor with Bob Williams in La Jolla, catching yellowtail, barracuda, calico bass, bonita, great fishing. So
it's amazing how comfortable the boat is. I mean, it really is. It's just perfectly set up. It's just set up right. It's very comfortable. It's got a lot of storage. It's got a lot of place to be when you're not fishing, and it's got a lot of room to fish when you are. It's perfect.
Yeah, simple, clean, wide. It's a good 3/4 day boat.
There you go, Doug. Does that answer your question for you?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Appreciate the phone call very much. How about next up we talk to Kenny, calling us from Hawaiian Gardens this morning. Kenny, again, thanks for hanging in there with us.
Hey, morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, I recently just took a trip over to Catalina, and we just got pounded by the sea lions. Do you guys have that problem over there?
Yes, we do. The sea lions are a part of the game these days, and it's changed the way we fish, and if anything, I'd say that the guys fishing the Coronado Islands every year, they just get better every year, and the sea lions are a big part of that. We've had to adapt. We don't sit on the anchor and wait for conditions to change anymore and get our 1 or 2 flashes per day. We're on the move. I tell the people in the morning in my speech that this is high-paced, run-and-gun fishing, and we'll know right away. I'll know before I walk out of the wheelhouse if it's going to be a good stop or not, based on what I see on the electronics, how many sea lions are on us. One thing that's been going on at the Coronado Islands now, there's about 3 different grades of fish down there. There's some really small ones, some 1 to 4 pounders. There's some medium grade ones, some 7 to 11 pounders. And then there's some big jumbos, 18 to 36 pounders. The sea lions really have an effect on those small ones.
Okay.
One sea lion shows up, and there might be 1,000 4-pound yellowtail around your boat, and they are all gone.
Really?
Right now. They do not stick around one bit. Those bigger ones, those 25-pounders, they'll intermingle with the sea lions a little bit. We've had some great stops on those bigger fish with 3 or 4 sea lions on us.
No kidding.
Yeah, and actually you can wind those things right past a lot of the seals.
That was going to be my next question is there a size of fish where you don't seem to get harassed by a sea lion trying to eat your hooked fish as bad?
There's always a few all-star sea lions at the Coronado. I mean, they are absolute professionals. Some of these sea lions, they can eat a 25-pounder and you don't even feel it. Right. You didn't know that he had your fish one bit and it is gone before he comes to the surface. There's a few of those bad boys in town down there. But for the most part, it's a lot of medium-sized seals.
Okay.
Those medium-sized seals, we wind those 25-pound yellowtail right past them.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
They want a 10-pounder.
They want a 10-pounder. They want sardines.
Okay.
That's their favorite.
Sure.
That's their favorite thing to eat is the sardines we're chumming. And so, yeah, seals, they're an issue, but it's something we've dealt with, we've adapted to, and if you keep trying, the way the fishing's been this year, 1 or 2 stops can make your day.
That's cool.
The other day when we had 127 yellowtail, it came out of about 15 minutes of fishing.
No kidding.
I'm not kidding.
You made a great point there, and what a great attitude to have at it is it's not, you could sit there and bitch about it and be upset all day long, or you could deal with it, and like you said, it probably made the three of you guys better fishermen for it. You're working all the time, and you're not just going to wait, and probably we're the benefit, the angling public because of it.
Yeah, and one thing that we've done on the 3/4-day boats is, we got together 8 or 9 years ago, and we had a talk, and it's, hey, for all of our survival, we better start working together. Because when I first started driving 3/4-day boats down there, you didn't talk to another boat on the radio. He did his thing, you did your thing, and at the end of the day, you looked in the newspaper to see what he caught, and if he caught more than you were pissed, and you tried to figure out where he caught him. Nowadays, if you watch the Mission Belle, the Malahini, the San Diego, we're working together like a pack of wolves almost.
That's awesome.
And it's for all of our benefit, because if you try to fish down there alone, unfortunately, the sea lions are going to get you. Likely. You might get lucky every now and again, but to consistently catch fish, you need to have your boys there, and, we can spread the sea lions out. Is what we're doing. Each boat will have 3 or 4 sea lions, as compared to one boat having, 15 on them, where it's just an absolute wipeout.
And how great that you can be in one place, check conditions somewhere else, vice versa. Everybody kind of knows what's going on, and like I say, you're the benefit of sharing your own information.
Yeah, and these guys are good. They all have gyro binoculars now. They are all masters of their sonar. They're very, very good.
All right, Kenny, appreciate the phone call very much. Next up, let's talk to David, calling us from San Diego this morning. Hi, David. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. I actually have 2 questions. The first one is about Yellowtail, and that's, have you seen anybody get him on the popper? And the second question is, with some recent bluefin being caught at the 182, are you guys going to start doing any exploratory bluefin trips?
I don't see any exploratory offshore trips in our near future. I want to see these one-day boats get rolling, these 2-day guys get rolling. That's their specialty. Mm-hmm. Let's get them out there. Let's get them catching some fish. If the Coronado Islands take a dump and we're not catching much, and the passengers kind of dictate where we go. When our passenger counts start dropping off and it's apparent that, hey, people want to change, people want to go offshore, the fish are close, then we'll start going out there. But we need to be real careful when we do make that call to go out there. On a boat like the San Diego, we have to catch fish consistently. We can't just go out there and catch fish one day a week. We need to have a legitimate shot of catching fish consistently. So a couple reports of some bluefin here and there. It's not quite enough for us, but I'm sure this year it's coming.
Yeah.
Yellowtail on the popper, I think, was the other question. I personally have never seen a yellowtail caught on a popper. I have seen some caught on that Shimano Orca, that Zara Spook type lure. Right. I've seen some caught on that. We've talked a lot about that this year with all the popper fishing that took place last year for the yellowfin tuna. It seems like you could. I'm sure someone has seen it. I just personally have not.
There you go. Dave, appreciate the phone call.
Thank you very much, guys.
You got it, man. Thank you very much for that. How about we jump back into them, talk to John. John Campbell's calling us this morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Ricky. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Well, I'm calling about the Yellowtail Derby. It's really excited to hear that gentleman call in this morning about the Yellowtail Derby back in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have kind of resurrected that over the last few years, and it's continuing this year.
Yes, sir. It's the 7th annual, and Ricky, you fished it the last 2 years, and it's been a lot of fun. And what I'm really thrilled about is we've got a lot of really good competitive fishermen.
Yeah.
You and, Neil Barber, who won it last year, and Eddie Howerton, and a lot of guys who've done really well. And so it makes a lot of fun, and it's 36 days of fishing.
Very fun event and very easy for anybody to participate in, whether you like to go fishing aboard the San Diego, whether you like to go fishing on your private boat or a kayak, kind of open to all people, and it's not just a one-day thing. You can, get your entry fee in now and, catch yellowtail all year long, and if you happen to go fishing with Captain Ryan Bostian and you catch one of those big yellows right now, you might be in for winning thousands of dollars worth of prizes.
Correct, and thank you. I know you know a lot about it because you fish hard, but I like Captain Ryan. I've been out on your boat, and I'm with I'm a member of the San Diego Anglers.
Dwayne and the boys, all right.
They do a lot of that on the twilight in the summertime. They take a lot of kids out.
Well, John, if somebody wants to join the event and get in, how do we find more information about the Yellowtail Derby, and how do we sign up for it?
YellowtailDerby.com. Just go in there, Google Yellowtail Derby, and you can see all the information. All the area, just real simple. It's 30 miles south of the point, 40 miles west, the Orange County line. All fish have to be weighed in on the same day or within 24 hours. It's a good event. And we also have a new thing called Guess the Weight that Doug Kern at Fisherman's Landing came up with an idea. He said, I want to have some fun with this too. So you can guess the weight of the winning fish. We have the three fish, yellowtail, white sea bass, and halibut. And you win a shopping spree at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle Shop. And I've got a lot of people already signed up for that. And we have a charter. This is the first year we've done a charter. It's Come Fish with Miss Yellowtail, who's a good fisher person. And it's May 10th on the Vendetta. It's a limited load. We've got 5 spots open. So there's lots of opportunity. Come to the Valley High this coming Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We have a big party there, a kickoff party with seminar with Pat McDonald of Western Outdoor News, Bill Buchanan of Cousins. Cousins is one of our sponsors. Chris Randall from the Chief, and Bob Vanian. So we'd love to see you guys. It's going to be a fun day, fun evening. And come on down. You can go online and sign up or come to our party or call me at 619-991-5480 with any questions about it.
That's this Wednesday again at the Valley High, and I know that the Guess Your Weight contest is going to be a lot of fun. Basically, there's 3 categories for the 3 eligible fish the 3 categories of fish in the Derby, which is yellowtail, halibut, and sea bass, and you basically pick out a form and you guess what you think the winning fish is going to be. And then the winner of each of those 3 categories, the person that's closest to it, is going to win a several $100 shopping spree at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Well, John, we're excited for you. Sounds like it's going to be a fun time again this Wednesday evening. What time at Valley High?
6 o'clock at the Valley High, and we're going to have fish tacos down there provided by Larry Bauman and his family. So it's going to be a fun evening.
Great job, John. Appreciate it very much, and thanks for keeping us up to date. We'll look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Hey, here's a guy that's caught a yellowtail or 2 in his days. Captain Buzz Brisney of the Prowlers on the line. What's up, Buzz?
Hey, Rick and Ryan. How you guys doing?
Morning, Buzz.
Doing great, Buzz. Good morning.
Hey, just to echo what I heard Ryan saying just before I left the house, is this has been quite the stretch of yellowtail. Amazing.
Crazy, right?
Buzz has seen some yellowtail years in those Coronado Islands,
right.
too. For him to say that, that's saying something.
There are really some there now. I know it's getting kind of late in the show, but a couple of things I wanted to bring up, and I've been out away from the phone and radio, so I might have missed them, but the NOAA public comment thing on the bluefin tuna.
Right.
If anybody, this is something that we can do for our grandkids, I feel like. Take the 5 minutes and get on the comment site and say, what you think about wanting to fish for bluefin. Continued access is what we're getting at.
And basically what this is, Buzz, we talked about it yesterday with Ken Frankie and Art, and again, and it's perfect timing to talk about it right now, is NOAA's just opened up basically an opportunity for us as anglers to give public comment on our thoughts about this bluefin tuna fishery, and we all know about what's been going on in the proposed, limit changes and things like that, and this is a very short window of opportunity for us as anglers to voice a little bit of our opinion, and nothing will be better than every one of us sending our info. Man, bluefin is very important to me, and I fish them recreationally, and this is something that I want to see continuing.
Exactly. It can be just as short and sweet as what you demonstrated there. And one of the reasons that it's even more important than normal, not everybody wants us to have access to these tuna for one reason or another. So we need to demonstrate to NOAA how important it is to the recreational fleet. And by that I mean anybody that wets a line in any medium in the Southern California Bight.
I would bet that 90% of us that are listening to the show right now have a smartphone in our pocket and the ability to hop on a website and do it while we speak. And very, very easy to find access to it. I know Ryan put up a link on our Facebook page on Let's Talk Hookup. I know just about every boat that I've seen has done similar things. You could find it through Facebook, find it via the website. I know we had Art Taylor on yesterday, and they had a link directly to the comment sedge under Art's blog page at searchforsportfishing.com. And I know as soon as Pete gets back into town later this evening, probably tomorrow, we'll be able to put that up on our website as well. So lots of areas to find. Get yourself to the public comment via the NOAA website.
Definitely. And some of the things, like I'm sure Arts has on the bottom of it, it just says hit the button here to tag that line, and it'll take you straight there, and it cuts through a lot of the boilerplate.
Yep, you got it. I know Ken Franke was on that yesterday. I'm sure that information, if not up already, will be up shortly on the SAC website, which is, again, californiasportfishing.org. So, Buzz, really good comment, and I'm glad. Perfect timing to bring that up. And, yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a short window when they're going to be taking this little bit of comment from us, so we need to flood it as best we can.
Yes, and as long as we're talking about bluefin, I got to add that right before the fronts came through, there was good sign of bluefin in U.S. waters, and we're going to go out and look for them Friday night.
Hey, how cool is that, Buzz? That's
Very
awesome news.
cool.
We just had a caller earlier wanting to know about exploratory trips. Well, no reason to explore if you know they're there. If somebody wants to go on the Prowler and get at those bluefin this Friday night.
That's right. This Friday night, 10 p.m., it's a limited load trip. We'll be on the grounds at daylight, and we can make a good long day out of it looking around.
Great news, Buzz. If somebody wants to join you on that, how do we find you there on the Prowler?
Call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500 and ask for the Prowler.
Buzz, really appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words, and thanks for putting us on a very important thing there with the bluefin comment from Noah. Appreciate it very much, Buzz, and good luck on Friday. Let us know how you do on Saturday morning.
Will do. Thanks for the time, and good going, Ryan. Keep it up.
Thanks, Buzz.
All right, Buzz. Appreciate that very much. How about we jump right back into the phones and talk to Brian, who's called us from Chula Vista this morning. Brian, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Rick and Booger.
Hi, Brian.
Morning, Brian.
Hey, you kind of already answered the question I had in mind, and it was about what is involved in the decision for the San Diego to switch from the Coronados to offshore. I really enjoyed going out last year twice and got my first tuna on your boat. It was super, super awesome. This year, my oldest son is turning 10, and we'll be going out and taking him on his first non-half day, and he'll have so much fun on the 3/4 day San Diego. So because my question was already answered, I'm just calling to compliment you and say thank you for running such an awesome boat. If anybody goes on your boat this year and they don't have a good time, it's their own fault.
Thank you, Brian.
Nobody works harder, man. Nobody pushes their time on the water to the limit and the extreme like you guys do. I just love your boat, and every day is a good day to go fishing.
Thank you, Brian.
That's very kind words, Brian. How about next up we talk to Hills, calling us from Ventura this morning. Hi, Hills. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Hills.
What I was going to ask about is the surface iron, because it's kind of like the mysterious little bit of holy grail of fishing. And so far I've only got barracuda on it, and I have a 90J, and I can cast okay, but I'm not sure. And I have quite a few jigs, but I'm not sure if the jigs I have are worthy. Like, are they swimming right?
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you could describe how I can tell if it's really, because Rick was talking about yesterday or the other day about kicking out, and then the other, if I can sneak in another one, what percentage are on the surface iron? So how important is it on your boat?
It's every day we go out there, it seems like we always have a handful of really hardcore guys that would rather catch one on the surface iron than 10 on bait. It's just what they love to do. I would say it's an advanced technique. You know, they've caught a bunch on bait. They've caught a bunch on yo-yo. And now nothing makes them happier than to get one bite on a surface iron. So it's people like that you see doing it mainly. But it is a technique that's available for everybody. And Rick hit it right on the head as far as a lure that swims properly. You know, a yellowtail will follow just about any lure out there. To get them to truly commit to it, it needs to do something erratic. You know, it'll wobble side to side, and then every third wobble it'll kick out a little further. Just something different. I would also be careful with what we've seen a lot is a lure that doesn't look all that great to the eye gets bit really well, and it's something that we can't even see that is doing it. So you just need to try them. And once you've been out there long enough, you'll know if you made a cast that should get bit. You'll see fish boiling. You'll know, okay, here it is. I made a perfect cast. If I don't get a bite here, there's something wrong.
This jig sucks.
This jig is not very good. Yeah, and it could have just been a freak thing. But if you make, say, 10 casts in a day that you knew were right on the money and you should have got a bite and you didn't, and people next to you did, that's when you want to look at your lure and say, maybe this one needs to be put in the box for barracuda, or use it for fluttering for sea bass. Don't throw them away. Save it for something else. And after a while, you'll accumulate your really good jigs. You'll have a handful that are, I've seen Rick come out with us, and he'll catch a couple fish on a lure, and then he cuts it off because we're getting too close to the kelp, and he doesn't want to lose it. You'll have a handful of your really good lures with enough time on the water.
There you go, Hills. Appreciate the phone call very much. Did that answer all your questions for you?
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you, guys.
Hills, appreciate it very much. Look forward to seeing you out there. How about next up, we talk to Norris, calling us from Lakewood this morning. Hi, Norris. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys, Rick and Ryan?
Good morning, Norris.
I'm a private boater. Just got a new boat and been thinking about going to San Diego and fish the Coronados. What kind of advice could you give a private boater? Of course, I know to stay away from from you guys, but
that subject there is not necessarily true either. I don't mind if people come fish around us. The only thing I ask is that our people that paid good money to come on the boat have room to cast. And like we've covered earlier in this show, we have some people that can cast pretty far on the boat. So, just give the paid passengers some room to cast, and that's it. As far as a private boater, the very first thing I would do, you bought a private boat so you don't have to fish around a bunch of people. And what a private boater is looking for and what we're looking for is apples and oranges a lot of days. You see it, Ricky. You go out during the week on your boat, and you'll come in with sometimes as many yellowtail as we caught, and we never saw each other all day. There's some fishing going on right now on the beach that are just not sport boat friendly, but they're very private boat friendly. You can slide up on them, catch one or two per stop, and then the school goes away. That style of fishing is not great for a sport boat, but it's a lot of fun on a private boat. So don't feel that just because you're not around the sport boats that you don't have a shot. Get yourself a good pair of binoculars, look at a Terrafin chart the night before, look where the warmer, cleaner water is, concentrate your efforts in those areas first, and once you find some fish, don't stick with them. Don't feel that you need to be in the crowd. It always amazes me how a stopped boat attracts another stopped boat. A stopped boat is attractive out there. It's attractive to all of us. If I see a stopped boat, I put my I put my gyros on them. But if you don't have the luxury of being on a sport boat and having gyros, most of the time, or a lot of times, I look over there and they're stopped, but they're not catching anything. Yeah, they're eating lunch or they're doing something. But one stopped boat attracts another stopped boat, attracts another stopped boat. Before you know it, you have a fleet. So spend some time looking for birds. It's mainly bird sign right now. Get a good pair of binoculars. Look at the water charts. Fish dope is a good place to start. Start there, and you can have a great day, and you won't see anybody a lot of times.
Norris, one thing I'll say about being a private boat guy is, we're never going to have a $15,000 side scanning sonar,
right?
And the majority of the fish that you see on your up and down meter are slightly more incidental to you catching them. So the best thing you can do is advance yourself on what you can see above the water. Because as private boaters, we don't see below the water very well. We don't have the height like on a sport boat and don't have the electronics. So the best thing I could say is that the only thing that will increase your game above the water is a good pair of binoculars. And there's a ton of great ones out there, and for not a ton of cost, I really like the binoculars by Baker Marine. It's a shop that's local to San Diego on Shelter Island, and they make very, very good handheld binoculars that definitely do not break the bank, a few $100s. And it's an investment.
Place we go.
It's an investment for sure. I mean, it's, you're talking a $300 pair of binoculars, but you'll have them for the rest of your life. And they're a very, very good tool to have. And then up from there, again, is a pair of stabilized binoculars. And that's an even greater investment. But as a guy, I mean, we know how much you spend on a private boat and fuel and permits and trailer, and if you start adding up all of those costs, the investment in a pair of stabilized binoculars, I have the Fraser Volpes, and again, can't say enough good things about them. A pair of Bylights is an investment. It's a multi-$1,000 investment, but it's the only tool that can advance your game well beyond, it's like what a side-scanning sonar is under the water. A pair of gyros is that same advantage above the water. So
I agree.
Having a good pair of binoculars is huge. Maybe the first year start out with your Bakers, and then once you see the potential, adding a pair of the stabilized binoculars will just take you to the next level that much farther.
Okay. Hey, you just said something that really caught my ear, and that's the registering your boat being close to the Coronados and fishing in New Mexico. That's a definite requirement?
Nowadays it is.
It is.
I mean, well, not nowadays. It has been for some time, and I mean, I think everybody knows. There's no, hiding it. There was plenty of people that pushed the line plenty of times and didn't get the permit, and at first there weren't people checking all the time. And working in the tackle store, I've come across plenty of stories of guys who got them and didn't. The fact is you have to have permits to be there. That's something that Mexico has made a requirement that you have an FMM, a tourist visa, and at first it was kind of a pain, and it's just not that difficult. And I fish the Coronado Islands once a week this time of year, maybe 2 or 3 times a week in the private boat, and do not ever go down there without them ever. I have it every single time. It's a $23 expense, and it's just something that you have to have, and so we go absolutely every single time. And people ask me all the time, did you take permits? Yes, we take them every time and have been checked every time, and the check process is very easy and it's very professional. And I don't know how long it is on a sport boat, but on a private boat it's very quick. So.
It's quick on a sport boat. They're very polite, very professional. It takes 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, checking FMMs, checking Mexican fishing licenses. It's just part of it now.
You got it. Hey, great question, Norris. Appreciate the phone call very much and wish you the best success down there at the Coronado Islands. When we come back, we're going to find out what lucky 2 anglers have themselves 3/4-day trips aboard the San Diego. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
Had a dream, but... XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Padres are playing some kind of baseball.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere. Alaska is one of the ultimate fishing destinations in the world. This is Rock Cod Rick, and every year the one trip I look forward to is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. My dad and I have been going for over 15 years, and I just can't wait to go again. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, the finest fishing charter captains in all of Sitka, and the ultimate value. Sure, I've been to others, but time and time again, nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. You can catch huge halibut like the ones we do almost every year, and salmon, well, Sitka is famous for some of the best runs in Alaska. We also get plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. And listen to this, it's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except the tips. It's truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Come and join me on the Let's Talk Hookup trip in June, or just go when you can. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136. Or check KingfisherCharters.com.
Hey, this is Captain Paul Hebert from the Wicked Piffer. My brother Bruce and I make a living catching giant bluefin tuna. In fact, I wouldn't even go fishing with any other sunglasses than Maui Jim. Put a pair of Maui Jims on and instantly the glare is gone, the UV that can damage your eyes is gone, the ocean's true colors come shining through like never before. And with more contrast and clarity, you can see the bluefin at that critical time. Take it from me. Try a pair at your local tackle shop. or check out MauiGym.com. You won't believe your eyes.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. You're the big winner of the 3/4-day trips aboard the San Diego out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, going to Hills in Ventura and Bruce in Lemon Grove. Guys, congratulations. You are going to love fishing with Captain Ryan Bostian. I know that for a fact because I don't have any better of a time than going fishing with Captain Ryan. It's my favorite 3/4-day boat to get to go fishing on myself. And you can hear from every caller, and Ryan, it's because you guys do such an awesome job. And I know it's not easy to pull you away from the boat, so we sure appreciate you taking a couple hours to hang out and talk some fishing with us.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure for sure. If somebody wants to go on all the great fishing we're talking about, all this great Coronado Island fishing, and see what it is you guys do on the boat, the awesome fish holes, the professionalism of the crew, the boat itself, how do we do it?
Call Seaforth Sport Fishing, 619-224-3383. You can follow us on all the Facebooks, Instagrams. The boat's website is www.thesandiego.com. Easiest way is just call the landing. Talk to the great guys up there in the office.
Go fishing every morning.
Every day.
All right.
All day, every day.
Appreciate it, Bug. Appreciate that very much. We appreciate you listening. Another couple of great shows coming for you next weekend. Saturday, live from Mazatlan, Mexico with the Sport Fishing Association of California. And then Sunday, Captain John Cana from the Islander. A couple of great shows. Another great show coming your way right up next. It's Bike Week Radio. We appreciate you listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.